to this one. Welcome back to the stream, people. Um, we're playing against the Las Vegas Raiders, my actual favorite football team in the NFL. Yes, they sucked over the weekend. Straight got their butts handed to by Kansas City Chiefs, 31 to zip. Geno Smith, you're garbage. I'm sorry to say. Chip Kelly, you need to go, bro. Your offensive coordinator, you suck. You were garbage as a manager or head coach of the Eagles, trying to run your freaking run your offense like you're trying to run the offense over here, just like you did over there, and the Eagles, and it went nowhere. It was garbage. I mean, Pete, man, you need to let Gino go. He's not the quarterback he thought he was. Sorry to say, the man is straight trash. Pull Carr out of off the couch. Sign him back up before the trade deadline, man. I mean, dude. Put Derek Carr back there with freaking Brock Bowers, the rookie running back, Kobe Myers, and Michael Mayer. Oh, two tight ends, good wide receiver. And then you got Turner, Trey Turner. Tucker, Trey Tucker, something like that, wide receiver.
Raiders here entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you're starting to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Omaha club, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
It was our year last year. Our inaugural season in the league under a new owner, new name, new team, new stadium, everything. Because they used to be the Washington Commanders. I took
They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time,
free agents.
Teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Michael Mayer, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Minshew. Under pressure, and down he goes. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Fielded at the 33. A 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. To throw is Daniels. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And it's knocked away.
Oh.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage.
Thought I'd at least try for it right away. All right, though.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. They shakes him off. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down. To the air goes Daniels. That one downfield for Dotson. And this is caught. And he gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
Beautiful pass. Touchdown.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dragons are on the board first here in Vegas.
Beautiful
Boy, Charles,
pass.
this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring. And another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often
and we just got the deal signed with
truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first 3 plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation
for
as the league's
extra
best offense.
was it 4
extra point by Patterson,
4 years,
up and good. And that makes the score
4-year deal,
7-0.
I think it was, where I got him for 5 more years or something like that. He wanted 4, and I talked him into 5.
Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
But made a deal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And I had gotten Eckler re-signed also. So
from a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Whoa. Get him on the ground. Come on now. Don't be trying now BS if you can't tackle guys.
Second drive of the game coming up for this
Lucy
Las
quit.
Vegas offense. And the last drive,
calm down.
First drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Khalil Mack, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Yeah, I got your defense and offensive coordinator from last season.
Play action here with Minshew. Under pressure
Farrell.
again, and down
Boom.
he goes again. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one that drops in this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now third down and very long. Minshew sets to throw.
Throw it, dude.
Buying time to his left. Nothing open down.
And I gave you I gave you that. I could have sacked your butt a long time ago.
It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week.
And I was willing enough to let you go.
They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 43. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. The 20, 5, and all the way in for the touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even
I'm
better.
sorry, Raiders.
Here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And
touchback goes to the 30.
Come out to the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong. When you look at this defense, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this about the 32. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
I can't help it because I'm just sitting back in admiration right now for what I'm seeing. This is a defense that essentially announces to everyone that they're going to play, you are not running the ball against us. I don't care how you try to go about doing it.
Number 1 rush defense in the league for a reason, and after that last play, they might want to try to go to the air. Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you see the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Across midfield, powering forward.
Get off.
Escapes the defender.
Get off me, too.
Still going. Austin Eckler.
Oh, boy.
The Dragons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in
Love
the red
it.
zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure.
Superman.
So this is kind of a tendency breaker
Get
here
off me.
to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Patterson now for the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'd overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw?
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Khalil Mack, what a start to this ball game. Still in the first quarter, and he now has 3 sacks, on pace for double digits. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away.
Try to give Khalil
Returnable here from the
what he
38.
deserves,
A
man.
44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it
He
will
was
be
a
first
Raider.
and 10
He
as they
was the
take
best
over.
defensive
The
end.
offense back out there
Just
at
like
the line, ready
freaking
for their
Max.
next drive.
That's why I was
Charles,
upset,
they're
man.
really
We should have had
stringing these
Khalil
possessions
and
and
Max.
scores together
That would
early.
have
We're
been
still in the first quarter,
a
but
good
if they
dual
can
threat
score again here, look
coming
out.
off the
Yeah,
edges.
and you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down to just the first quarter.
Go, baby, go!
Touchdown! Brian Robinson Jr. with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dragons had 6 to their lead. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Dude, that's just sad.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Off play action, it's Minshew. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dorrance Armstrong just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
You might be fired at the end of this season there,
Not
Pierce.
good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw it. Minshew. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Dragons offense and running back Brian Robinson getting set for this next drive. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Off the play fake, Daniels. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, come on, Eckler. Hold on to the ball, bro.
Hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Daniels looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Dragons continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Yes, it is.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Yes. And it sucks, though.
And we will not have
it's against my favorite team.
They'll bring this to the 30. Here's Las Vegas ready
I was
to
about
take
to
the
take
field.
my favorite team.
Still the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss.
A little rattled there, buddy.
12. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Dancing to his left. And he will slide down, but a penalty marker down. And this may be all for naught.
What?
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
A give up the middle to Akers. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on that one as it brings up a third
nowhere.
and 10. Now Minshew. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Well,
here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent, the blocking's been terrific, and obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down. Throwing now is Daniels. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Levi Wallace with a pick.
oh, stupid of me.
16-yard line. Turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
That was my bad.
Fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Okay. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. Rolling to his right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we close out the first quarter of this season. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And that one all tied.
Come on, Bo.
It was a solid
you guys
first
been
half
doing
of
pretty
football
good
for the
this season.
Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Dragons offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. And that's complete to McCaffrey. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Dragons just continue to roll. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more.
There you go.
Salt in the wound.
Make up for the field goal, or the 2-point that I didn't make last
when
time.
you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. He's going to have the Raiders.
Come on, Allen. You had to wrap him up.
On 3rd and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Uh-oh. Not good.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Back out.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
No, oh, not Allen now.
That last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break.
Come on, man. That's like 3 of my or 2 of my starting strong people, man.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
League leader in interceptions last season. What are you trying there, man? Come on now.
Downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Touchdown! Cole Turner, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Dragons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Put on a straight butt whooping. Time is 4:35.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
They'll run a draw now with Akers. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Checks this down to Hubbard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
That's twice.
Across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
3rd one of the night.
Figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Brian Robinson Jr., 30 yards. And the Dragons get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute
No wonder you guys are 0-3. Can't stop the run. Can't stop the pass.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Have a quarterback who can't throw.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Well, this is
check it out. I'll even help you guys out. I'll trade, give up Derek Carr for this fool.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And a
first and second round pick. See if they do.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. They're looking at third in the nose. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's taken to the 26.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dragons offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to throw. Daniels.
Open man down the field. It's a tight end Senate.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler. And shedding through the tackle. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Austin Eckler
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dragons are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
That's the backup running back.
With matchups like we've been watching here, and when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that
should be my starter, but we don't have a fullback. He's the backup, and Robinson Jr. is my starter.
Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
That's,
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Oh, Fat Man can't run that fast.
Game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
I got him that time. Where you going?
Dorrance Armstrong picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Minshew. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything.
Sorry,
Devontae.
Devontae.
Sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Omaha's offense back out for another series. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
189 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking it.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Well, I mean, dude, you threw your 3rd interception, well, 4th interception of the game, your 3rd to St. Jude. So, like, come on. What do you want?
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense.
What are you all excited about, man? All the way high-fiving each other, man. Garbage, Gardner.
All afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Where's the 3rd? Oh, they didn't show the 3rd one. Darn it. He's gotten 3 for today.
The Las Vegas offense ready
and
to start this next
one of the
drive.
other guys has got.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Only 3 there on the screen at second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Now back to throw.
And this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the
Ooh, you got lucky on that one there,
Minshew.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw.
He'll get this.
And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the defense.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting
Whap.
on 0.
Omaha's offense back out for another series. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. This has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down short of the 15. And a really good move on the run. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
They juked him. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And that now 6 rushing touchdowns for him. And that ties him with Alvin Kamara, who on Christmas Day of 2020 also went for 6 touchdowns. And this is quickly turning into one of the great individual performances in NFL history.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Game.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
35 total
So
yards.
for Omaha,
Hey,
Man. What's the injury on Cleo? 4 weeks. Damn. And we got Luvu out. Also, great. Alright, well. On to a divisional rival. New York Giants. And we're at home. And we're in a whole 2 million right now. So hopefully our team can make that up this week. So we got 34 points to spend. Let's go over here. Let's get the explosive ends. Yes. There we go. And then should I go bull rush or or let's see. Let's go with hot route. Accelerate corners. Recognition by corners by 2. Let's go that one. And we'll work on the bounce after that. But I'm trying to close out these real quick along with a couple over here. So we need to get some more points. So allow 30 or more. 400 plus offense. 15 plus first down. Sorry, I had a tickle in the throat. Alright, so what's the strategy? Let's see. Contain cornerback scramble. Okay. Okie doke. Now let's take a peek at finances right now. We sold that. Let's go merchandise real quick. We have Mac jerseys. Okay. 70. Okay. Not bad. We're among the top in the league in barbecue sales and shouldn't worry about changing prices. Really? Guys are didn't sell a single thing last week. Okay, well, never mind. That was because of yeah. So we only sold 13 revenue last month. All right, well, we're gonna end it there, I think, and we'll probably pick it back either tomorrow if I don't have anything really going on. Let's see, where's Daniel's at? He's at 1,400. Who's the number one right now? Or 1,004. So he's not too far off. Pull freaking 3 interceptions off of that game last week. That's freaking awesome, man. Good job, St. Jude's. Go ahead, little girl. But we're going to end the stream there. Take it easy.